Karl Reinecke was a German composer, pianist, educator, and conductor of the Romantic era. And if you want to learn more about him, you shall definitely keep watching this amazing video. He was born in Hamburg, which at the time belonged to Denmark rather than Germany. His father, J.P. Rudolf Reinecke, worked professionally as a music teacher and provided his son with lessons from a young age. Though he initially learned violin and later spent time playing in orchestra, Reinecke soon developed a predilection for the piano, giving his first public performance at age 12. Reinecke also showed early talent for composing, writing music as early as age 7. As an adult, he quickly gained performance opportunities, embarking on a concert tour through Denmark and Sweden in 1843. After the tour, Reinecke moved to Leipzig, where he studied with musical greats such as Felix Mendelssohn, Robert Schumann, and Franz Liszt. Mendelssohn and Schumann particularly became important in his life, influencing his musical style and affording him important new opportunities. Not long after, he performed in another concert tour throughout Denmark and Germany, this time alongside violinist and music historian Wazalewski and violinist Huni Schlu. In 1846, he was offered a position as a pianist at the court of Christian VIII in Copenhagen, where he worked for 2 years. However, the call of performing was too strong, and Reinecke moved on from Copenhagen in order to continue touring. He was known in particular for his interpretations of Mozart, whose music he had dedicated himself to studying. He spent a great deal of time in Paris as well as Italy before accepting a professorship at the Cologne Conservatory in 1851, beginning his storied career as a music educator. Over the next several years, Reinecke dedicated himself to teaching and conducting, though he also continued touring. In 1854, he became the music director of the Konzertgesellschaft in Barmen, Germany, before moving on to the university in Breslau in 1859, and finally, in 1860, the prestigious Gewandhaus Orchestra in Leipzig. During his 35-year tenure as music director of the orchestra, he premiered several important premieres and works. In addition to conducting, he taught piano and composition at the Leipzig Conservatory, eventually becoming its music director in 1897. He taught numerous students who would go on to have thriving compositional and performance careers, including Edvard Grieg, Leos Janáček, and Max Bruch, among many others. Reinecke was also a prolific composer. He composed several operas, the most successful of which was König Manfred, 1866, and wrote 3 symphonies in 1858, 1874, and 1895, which demonstrated excellent orchestration, much in the style of Mendelssohn. However, neither of his operas nor symphonies are often programmed today. Reinecke also thrived, writing smaller-scale chamber works. Musicians of the Gewandhaus Orchestra premiered some of his pieces, including his Piano Quintet, 1866, and his 4th-string Quartet, 1890. He also began to take an interest in writing for wind instruments, writing works such as the chamber trios and wind octets. In 1882, he published one of his most important works, Sonata Undina for flute. This 4-movement work has become a staple of the flute repertoire and is one of the instrument's most important Romantic-era pieces. He also published 4 piano concertos, as well as concertos for cello, violin, harp, and flute. Reinecke retired from the Gewandhaus Orchestra in 1895 and from the conservatory in 1902. In his increased free time, he spent more time composing. By the end of his career, he had published hundreds of works in a variety of genres. He also continued touring as a pianist. In 1904, he even had the opportunity to make recordings on a piano roll, making him one of the earliest recorded performers in history. Reinecke died at the age of 85 in Leipzig after a long, successful career. Though many of his works now fly under the radar, his contributions to the flute repertoire remain invaluable, and he is regarded as one of the most influential musicians of his time for his imparted wisdom as a music director, performer, and teacher. Thank you for watching this video. Comment, like, share, and subscribe. And remember to hit that notification bell.